During the last few years, we've ventured into a lot of different fields, and we've had the opportunity to meet and work with a lot of wonderful people. I only hope that we never lose sight of one thing, that it was all started by a mouse.
Congratulations, Mr. Mickey Mouse. Congratulations to you.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Walt Daily. This is episode 61, and for those that don't know us by now, do
you even know us?
I don't even know who we are. For those that don't know us by now, we are a Disney couple. One of us is a Disney fanatic, one of us is Disney challenged, but somehow we've made a way to make this relationship work.
Yeah. What's up?
Nothing. We are preparing for a big trip coming up.
We certainly are. I mean, it's going to be the trip of a lifetime. I want to say it's the trip of a lifetime, but at the same time, I want to repeat it, so I hope it's not the trip of a lifetime in a way.
It seems like it's just going to be like a normal Saturday. For me.
I disagree. I'm going to try to get you excited about things, but first.
Headlines.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like,
what do you want? Okay. First headline. Rafiki's Planet Watch, which is an experience in the animal kingdom where you take the Wildlife Express, which is a train just where you can go behind the scenes and kind of see where the animal containment areas are, and go to Rafiki's Planet Watch, where it talks about conservation. There's a petting zoo.
Yeah.
Wow. And you know what? I was describing it in such a way where I would think like maybe you didn't remember going to there.
No, I remember that. That place is rough to go to.
I'm curious. So in what way? Like, what would you change about it, I guess?
Well, first of all, it needs to be way more exciting for the amount of work it takes to get there.
First of all, getting there, the journey is half of the fun. The train is amazing.
But it's like the journey, when the journey is probably more exciting than the actual stuff when you get there, I feel like that's a problem.
Well, I disagree. Because they have, Let me just start off with what the actual headline is going to be. So it's actually going to be going down for refurbishment on October 20th.
Good.
You didn't know this, did you?
It needs to refurbish.
Okay, well.
Into something better.
At first, it was rumored that it was going down forever on October 20th, but it turns out it is going to reopen in spring of next year. As what we don't know, it might be the same. It might be some sort of different experiences.
It just needs to be better. That's all we need here.
You know what, though?
And possibly a faster ride. Like, they should upgrade the train.
But
make the train tap faster.
Okay.
All electric.
Oh my gosh. But that's half the fun. It's supposed to be like a steam train that you might find in the backwoods of Africa, and
that's
you're
cool.
going.
Like, blow fake smoke that's good for the environment, make the noise like from a speaker, and make the train electric.
Just so it's faster?
Yeah.
You want it to be like a bullet train?
And more efficient. Like, more like it'll be cheaper.
Green, I guess.
And more green. There's a lot of benefits from this.
Well, I don't even know. The train might not change. It might actually just be the conservation
station. Hopefully the whole thing is like because we're putting an electric train in. That's why I had to shut this whole thing down.
It's conservation and energy. Okay. But, an experience that I will say it's not a must-do on every single trip. The main reason why we went on the last trip was because our niece Mackenzie wanted to meet Doc McStuffins, who also had a meet and greet there previously. But a cool thing that they do there that you might not be able to see ever anywhere is they perform animal surgeries there that you can watch. So veterinary surgeries on the animals that are kept in Animal Kingdom, and you can watch it happen.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Do they is there commentary, like as it's happening? Because then that's no help.
Okay.
Which also plays probably to the part of why it sucks. If that's like the situation.
I hate that you keep saying sucks. It's like, it's such a harsh word.
Well, no, because like if I'm watching a YouTube video about an animal surgery, I get way more details, number one. And number two, I'm probably getting a narrator guiding me through what's happening. Because if not, I'm not a vet, so I have no idea I don't know if the doctor made a mistake. I don't know if they're doing a great job.
Yeah.
There's just so many
You
unknowns.
don't know if they're doing a great job. Well, I feel like Disney would only hire the best.
Oh no, I'm sure. I'm just saying the experience of that.
It's not much of a learning experience.
Yeah.
It's more of just like a visual, like it's not very interactive is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like that type of thing. Well, I still think it's cool. Oh, and you get to see like x-rays of animals. You actually get to learn a lot. Like they do explain a lot and have a lot of live shows and interactions with live animals there. So,
Want to hear a fun fact?
yes.
We spent way too much time on this thing.
Okay.
Okay, go.
Let's move on. Okay, next headline. So I know that you enjoyed the Pop Century refurbishment rooms, right?
Yeah, they were nice.
Well, what happened to the old furniture, you might ask? It's now available at Cort Furniture, which is a furniture clearance center. So
That's a new center?
no,
It's always been there?
Well, it's it's funny because it's always been there.
Is it inside Disney?
It's a chain of furniture stores that there's even one in Miami, but it's spelled C-O-R-T, Cort Furniture, and they're selling the unwanted used remains from the old Pop Century and All Star refurbished rooms.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so we can bring a piece of that home. I've been thinking we need a new headboard. What if it was a Pop Century headboard?
Is it on display, like, listed? Like, this was in room 408?
No.
okay.
Wouldn't that be cool, though?
All right, where is this place again?
It's Cort Furniture.
No, yeah, but where?
Oh, well, the one in Miami is on Biscayne.
So, is Miami selling those furnitures, or is it only a specific store selling the Disney stuff?
I imagine it's only specific stores because it's kind of like a Marshall's type situation where you get, you go in and you get what they have.
So there's one in Orlando?
Well, there must be.
Okay.
I didn't technically check because I wanted to see if there wasn't one in Miami.
Okay. All right.
This is terrible information.
Yeah,
I'm so
I guess.
sorry. I was just so excited that
You just gave people more work because now they're super interested, but you didn't give them anything.
I didn't provide any value except for the actual just headline.
Yeah. People are probably like on Google or Alexa.
I apologize, everyone.
Alexa, where's the Cort Furniture? That's
I-
selling the Disney stuff.
Should I find out? Should I find out right now? Okay, we'll find out later. Okay. Last headline. The movie Psalm. Psalm. And I told you this last night.
Yeah.
I
You
know-
ruined it. Huh? You ruined it.
I know. So there's a movie about wine sommeliers called, it's like a series called Somm, S-O-M-M, and it's a documentary series. There's already 2 documentaries in the series. The third one is going to premiere, or they're going to have a screening at Wine Bar George in Disney Springs.
Nice. So the screening means they're going to show the actual movie?
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. And
Are we going to be there?
you know what? Here's the funny thing. We will be there, but I don't know that we'll be able to actually attend because it is the weekend that we're going up on October 20th. There is one on October 6th, but...
So why don't we go to the one on October 20th?
Well, because we'll probably be driving home.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
well, I know it's disappointing for me, at least. But I'm really excited. The main reason why I'm excited about this is not just the fact that it's going to be in Disney Springs, but just this plain and simple fact that there's going to be a third one in the series.
Yeah.
And how cool. The reason why they're having it at Wine Bar George is because the proprietor of Wine Bar George is also a master sommelier. So it makes sense that he would host such an event
Yes.
about wine masters.
That's true.
I don't even know what the premise is of the third one. I don't want to ruin it though. I don't want to ruin it for myself.
What do you mean you don't
though.
want to ruin it?
Like
By watching it?
by watching the preview or like description. Like
Oh,
I just want to
okay,
be
okay.
surprised.
Okay.
Here's a fun fact about Richie. If he wants to see a movie, he doesn't watch previews. He'll like walk out of the room if it's on TV. He'll like put the TV on mute so he doesn't hear anything because he doesn't want to ruin it.
Yeah, because if I know I'm going to watch it, the previews are just a waste of time and wasting like my either expectations or ruins part of the movie that I already saw crap on TV. So I like to be completely surprised.
Well, you know what? Actually, that is a great segue.
I don't even think, sorry.
Go ahead.
I think previews should be like, previews should not even include stuff from the actual movie anymore. Like, it should be a short made just for the commercial. Mm-hmm. So that way when someone sees it, like, they know, like, what it's going to be like in the movie, but they still haven't seen a single scene. Mm-hmm. That's what like, trailers should be now.
Mm-hmm. Well, usually Pixar trailers do that. They don't show scenes that are in the actual movie. So they're very good about that.
Smart. See, they know what they're doing in Pixar.
Yeah.
Okay.
But not wanting to spoil things is kind of a great segue into what we're going to be talking about today.
Yes.
Because you and I should say I, as much as I am a Disney, like Walt Disney World, I could look at it like in my, like the back of my, like my backyard. Like I could walk out there and just know where everything is. If I want to go get, you know, a Cheshire cat tail, I know exactly which turns to make and where to go. If I'm in Magic Kingdom,
We get it.
okay.
you know the park.
I just wanted a very specific situation, for example. So, but we don't know anything about Disneyland in California. So neither of the two Disney parks that are out there, so Disneyland and Disney California Adventure, we have no clue about it.
Well, I'll tell you a fun fact. I've actually been studying the maps for the last 2 weeks.
Are you serious?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh!
I don't have time for that.
Because you looked so sincere.
I know. It was a joke. It was a solid joke.
Wow. You're such a good liar.
Got it. Nailed it.
You tug at my heartstrings.
Yeah,
But-
no, I don't have time to look at those maps.
Well, I don't see how you could. I don't have time to look at them at this point. So, but anyways, so we're totally new to Disneyland, and yet we are going to be there in less than a week.
Yes.
Less than a week's time, you and I are going to be at Disneyland for the very first time.
Yeah.
So we're kind of in the process of planning, but in regards to kind of what we were just talking about not wanting to spoil things, I adamantly go out of my way to avoid looking at pictures of Disneyland, at reviews of Disneyland, anything. Which is it's harder on Instagram, but luckily it's kind of just like a small piece of it. It's not going to really be like the whole spiel of it, whatever. But it makes it very difficult to plan because I don't want to ruin anything for myself.
Yeah.
And, well, for you, you don't, you know, it's like whatever.
Yeah, everything's gonna be completely brand new to me.
So I've been consulting. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say. So how are you doing it? Like, how are you doing this?
So I've been consulting with my brother briefly. We talked for like 30 minutes yesterday with my brother and his wife Michelle, and because they've been to Disneyland twice. So they live in Orlando. So you know Walt Disney World is also their home resort. But they kind of gave me some insight onto Disneyland without ruining the magic, but still giving me some tips. So the first thing is let's go over some of the hard details that we can't change. We're only going to be there we're going to fly in. We're going to get there on at 12:30, and then
PM?
in the afternoon.
That's when
We're flying into LAX.
okay.
And then we're going to drive to Anaheim from LAX. We're going to rent a car. It's not just going to be Richie and I. It's also going to be my sister and her family, which consists of one husband and two toddlers, which adds another layer of interest and like complications. So we're going to have 2 days to devote to the parks, and then we're going to fly out after that on the following day that we're done with the parks.
So we're flying in Saturday, and then our first day at the park is not until Sunday?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Why can't we isn't there like some stuff that we can do that's like Saturday that's different? Like, you know, when we had the one episode on here where it's like how to have fun at this park without actually going inside the park. Are we going to do that on Saturday?
I want to.
Okay.
What I think we should do is they have a downtown Disney area.
Oh.
Which Matthew says you can kind of see in, you know, a short period of time. It's not as like sprawling as our area, because the actual Disneyland, like just a little bit of background, when it was built, I mean, Walt didn't have the size of land that he has in Walt Disney World, so it's much more compact. The two parks, you know how you have to drive a large distance in order to get from one park to another at Walt Disney World? He says they're less than a half a football field away, entrance to entrance. You literally walk across.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's very, very convenient in that way. But I feel like on the first day that we're actually there, so like our travel day, we should try to do, go to some of the resorts and do something, like do what we do here here, quote, in Orlando and Walt Disney
on the
World.
East Coast.
Do what East Coasters would do. What'd you say?
Eastside. You didn't hear it?
No, I didn't.
Go ahead. What were you saying?
You got me saying East Side in my head. So
Going to the West Side.
West Side. I remember, like, when I was, side note, when I was in like elementary school and they used to do East Side, I was like, oh, I can't do West because then people are gonna think I'm a part of that, and I'm not a part of
beat
that.
up.
That's what I'm saying. I really thought I was gonna get beat up.
Yep, it was accurate.
I mean, you never know. Middle schoolers are rough.
Especially in Miami.
Would you have beat somebody up?
I got into plenty of fights when I was in middle school.
But about East West Coast?
No.
You were probably still too young about when that
No, I
big
wasn't.
rivalry was. No?
No.
Really?
I wasn't, like, I didn't really rep things like that where I had to, like, defend my side of things. But I did get into a lot of fights, though.
Were you concerned about bandana colors as well?
Yes.
Okay, I was too.
Okay.
Even though, like, Richie, he ran with a different kind of crowd than I did. Like, I was kind of a nerd. He was way more cool than I was.
I was the one fighting people.
Yeah, well, exactly. you really need to not just, like, yeah. Anyways, let's go back to Disney.
Okay.
So I definitely think that on our travel day we should do some of the resort hopping and just enjoy the ambiance of being there.
Yeah. Have you ever seen a fight at Disney?
I've seen arguments.
Yeah, no, I know. I've seen arguments too. Have you ever seen a fight at Disney?
You know, I wonder if I have, because I feel like in all these years there must have been some sort of like a shoving of some kind, but definitely a lot of arguments. But I can't recall like a fist fight.
You've never, okay. Just curious to know.
Are you thinking about starting one?
No, I definitely don't want to fight anyone, whether at Disney or not at Disney. So.
So, okay. Another problem that I've been kind of going back and forth on what to do, and my sister is really looking towards me to plan a lot of stuff because, you know, I'm air quotes the Disney expert, but I have no idea about Disneyland. Is since there's two parks, do we go to both parks, like one park on one day, one park on the other, or do we try to soak up as much as possible in one park? What do you think?
I think we're pretty efficient, especially being that the parks are small, that we can do two.
Mm-hmm. But we have kids with us.
It still stands.
It still stands?
Yeah. If anything, they're going to speed it up. They're going to be like they're going to be like tired and we're going to want to keep moving and stuff like that. So it's going to like speed it up.
Yeah. I mean, because there's things that we have to consider, at least with Mackenzie, who, I forgot to even mention this. It's going to be her third birthday.
Mm-hmm.
We are flying there on her third birthday. So it's also a celebration. And Mackenzie, we're going to do Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique for her, which is like a hairstyle and dress up experience for her that's in Disneyland. And she also wants to meet Belle. Like, that's two non-negotiables because Belle is her jam now.
Do we all have to dress up, or is she just dressing up?
No. They're gonna do her hair. They're gonna
just her.
Okay.
That's
Yeah. Because
okay.
you have to pay for it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it. So I was just making sure, like, I'm not, because I just show up for stuff and I just want to know what I'm showing up to.
Like, I didn't sign up for this.
Yeah, exactly.
What are all these sparkles?
So okay.
Yeah. So there's that. And then even though Disneyland is a smaller park, a lot of the rides and experiences and the food, the word is that there's so much better. Mm. That there's so much better than what we have here on the East Coast.
Allegedly. I'll be the judge of that.
Will you?
Yeah.
So I definitely
screaming out, "You say!" as I would take my churro.
I was planning on wearing one of my Walt Disney World Spirit jerseys just to be like that person, like, Walt Disney World. But There's a
I
few.
wonder if you get beat up. Could you do that?
You can do like a nice
It's like the
stern
same thing.
argument.
Yeah. You see the first fight at Disney
Oh my gosh.
because you're wearing Walt Disney.
And it
World.
involves me after all this
Yeah.
fighting. It's like Fight Club. So
Fight Club.
So there's so much food that I want to try. And this is where I start thinking like, wow, can we really do this? Do one park, namely Disneyland, because California Adventure, like I definitely want to experience it because it looks awesome. But at the same time, you kind of have to start with the basics, which is Disneyland. So starting with the food, I just think about all the churros, the restaurants that I want to try, but it'd be hard to do in just one day. You know what I mean? But then somebody might say, well, why not get a park hopper and then you can kind of go back and forth on both days? And I'm like, yes, but at the same time, are we going to get enough worth out of the park hopper in order to justify that? Richie is perplexed. His eyes are literally rolling around.
My thing is the whole park hopper thing. It doesn't make sense because you lose a lot of time going from one park to the next.
But do you at Disneyland? Because listen,
Yeah, it's just because you tell me you have to walk a football field. Imagine the amount of things you can
half
do.
a football field. That's what
yeah,
Matthew
but,
says.
Okay, but to go back to the other one's a full football field.
Oh, I guess that's true.
No, it's actually a fact of physics,
It's not physics. It's just distance.
which is physics.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, I just thought it was more basic than that.
No.
Physics sounds so hard.
Anyway,
Yeah. So you don't think that would be so? But do you think then that we could do all of Disneyland in one day? Something that I forgot to tell you is the hours of Disneyland's operation on those 2 days, 8 a.m. to midnight.
okay.
So I mean, it's a long time that they're going to be open. And another thought that I had is since we are traveling with toddlers, it is highly unlikely that they will last until midnight. So we could always hang out like after maybe they go back to the hotel, and then you and I can have some time to kind of move at like our own pace.
Mm-hmm.
In that way, we might be able to finish one park in one day.
Maybe.
You know what's crazy though? Side note, 8 a.m. having like a park open, not for like extra magic hours, like as a fun benefit to certain guests.
It's like 5 a.m. our time.
8 a.m.? No, it's 11 a.m.
Oh,
our
it's
time.
11. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're going the other way. All right, that makes sense.
Physics.
See, I'm smart and dumb at the same time.
That's just time travel. But yeah, having it open at 8 a.m. just on the regular, that's crazy. That makes me super excited though, because that's a long, long day to be able to explore
Yeah.
and stop and take pictures and, run around and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing, man, this is why when you brought up the map, like that you were looking at the map, I was like blown away because
Yeah.
I have been looking at the map recently, like earlier today, because I don't want to spoil too much. But the map is it's not quite the organized hub that you and I are used to in Magic Kingdom. So you kind of have to go in a land to get to another land, and it's like that kind of layout where everything's not so easy to get to as just going toward. If you find the castle, then you could probably get to where you need to go.
Mm-hmm.
So these are all just the thoughts I have.
Okay.
I did land earlier that we should only go to Disneyland. But then I started talking to Matthew again. And then he said that given the hours, the park hours, that I should probably just consider maybe a park hopper on one of the days and then just do the big hitters at California Adventure, which would be the Incredicoaster, which is a roller coaster about the Incredibles.
Yeah.
And then, oh my gosh, I'm like drawing a blank. Well, but whatever. He said to do like the e-ticket attractions and the Cars Land. He also said, and he said that's best at night.
You're not explaining this well. So are you saying, because this is what makes sense to me, and you tell me if this is what you mean, but are you saying that on like one day, let's just say let's say first day it's like only Disneyland, and the second day it's park hopper, so you can go do the big attractions and then try to knock all those out and then try to go back and finish what you didn't finish at Disneyland? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
That doesn't sound possible, though, does it?
Yeah, it does.
It does?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, maybe we can do
Or
that.
it sounds like we can do Disneyland all in one day and then do the other thing.
Yeah. They do have a fast pass system.
It's the paper one. I know that.
Yeah, and they have.
'Cause we have a previous episode on it.
Well,
It was like a fight.
What's with you and fighting today? Jeez.
Fight episode.
So part of the Fast Pass system that they have is called Max Pass, which is an app-based Fast Pass booking system, which it's $10 a ticket in order to use it. So instead of having to run around from paper Fast Pass to paper Fast Pass to get them, you can do it on the app, which does save time as well. They said it's completely worth it. For the 4 adults in our group, that's an additional $40.
Does that just become what we've been doing, what we do over here?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So pretty much.
So we have to go over there to the west side and pay an extra $10 to get east side stuff.
East side benefit.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
In a way. But
So we're gonna do that.
They said it's worth it.
Okay.
And another tip that they gave us was to go ahead and just do Indiana Jones, Space Mountain, get them out of the way. Bright and early in the morning, 8 a.m.
The only other Indiana Jones is in Japan, right? Because we have Indiana Jones here, but it's not like a ride. It's just like a show.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
But the one over there is a ride.
It's a ride, yeah.
So it's gonna be like the one in Japan.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
And I know you really enjoyed that because we have the on-ride photo, and Richie's face on this on-ride photo literally looks like he's the ad, and he's just like, whoa, having a good time.
The problem is it's not gonna be as good. You know that, right?
Because it's not Japan?
Yeah, there's no shot.
Who knows?
No, there's no shot.
It's so different. You know what it is? It's like...
I don't even remember it. I know it's just not going to be that good. I know I'm going to get off. I'm like, this wasn't it.
Are you talking just about Indiana Jones, or are you talking about the whole park?
The whole thing.
The whole thing. The whole experience.
Yeah.
But you'll be with Mackenzie.
Yeah, I know.
So, yeah.
That's the only reason I'm going, really. Not, I might have skipped out on this one.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this because we're gonna wrap up. If you're still listening out there, please give us tips and advice. Comment and let us know what your tips are for our touring of Disneyland and Disney California Adventure on a 2-day window. If you would do it, if you would do one park, what you would do first, what you recommend, what you think we should skip. Because
we don't know what we're doing.
I know, if that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're still listening by now after all this rambling, then please help us. That's it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, hopefully, not sure what value you got out of this episode, but hopefully it was something.
Hopefully you enjoyed the background music.
Yeah. So, as usual, if you're tuning in, please subscribe, leave us a rating. Let us know what you think about the episodes. We're on YouTube, Instagram, Spotify. We're on all the social media stuff, like literally all of it at this point. I don't think there's one we're not on right now.
Twitch.
We're not on Twitch because usually people are just gaming on Twitch. So Twitch is the only one we're not on. All your other favorite social media platforms are on there. Follow us, interact with us, connect with us. Let us know what you think.
And as always, thank you guys so much for listening. We hope this brought a little bit of magic to your day. Help us. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.